Hey everyone, welcome back to Not Another Watch channel. Today we have the brand new John Mayer Hodinkee G-Shock. So right off the bat, this is just going to be somewhat of an unboxing and an overview. This is a fairly standard G-Shock 6900. So if you want to know more about the technical specifications of it, how to use it, look up a review on that. Maybe I'll do it at another later point, but just a brief overview. This is a, simple 6900. It has a 1/100th stopwatch, a countdown timer, and a multifunctional arm. The dimensions are kind of big. It's 53 millimeters, and it's just over 16 millimeters thick. It has the typical Casio loom. That's all I really want to dive into technically with you guys. I just want to kind of look at an overall view of this packaging and the watch itself, because I really love it, and I know a lot of people are kind of hating on it, so I just wanted to take everyone through it. So right out of the gate, you have this fairly large and fairly sturdy feeling Hodinkee John Mayer branded box. On it, you can see the artwork is the Casio keyboard and some, what looks like watch pieces, but the box is very beautifully presented. And I know a lot of people were kind of being like, I wouldn't pay that much for a G-Shock. $180 for a 6900 is crazy, but it's a special edition. You got to roll the dice on some of these. Maybe someday they'll be worth a lot. I'm sure nobody said, I don't want a Rolex Submariner with Tiffany branded on the dial. That's just, why would I pay extra for that? And now you would be very lucky to have. So, yeah, this box is beautiful. Pop the top off. You have the inner box, which has a little, card holder on the side, which is your typical warranty information, how to use the watch. And then you have the actual G-Shock box, which is great. And on the top, it also says John Mayer Hodinkee again, and kind of this like slate metal finish. And the box itself is kind of like a suede feeling fake leather type box, but it's a typically great looking watch box that you would get for a much more expensive watch, and not the typical, like my last G-Shock came in a little metal tin, so this is miles above that, which is I think part of the reason why I was willing to pay a higher price for this watch. Popping the box open, it's just the watch itself in here on a watch pillow with a little foam, liner on top of it. So very simple, very straightforward. I like that. The cards are all in that separate thing, so there's nothing else inside this box. There's no lift-up compartments. It's just the watch itself in the box. So popping the watch out here, this is the typical, Casio G-Shock 6900, but the thing that makes this different is John designed it based after the Casio Tone SK5 sampling keyboard, so that's where the colorway on this watch comes from. You have the kind of, turquoise-ish blue and yellow throughout the watch. On the back here, you have the John Mayer Hodinkee stamp, again, consistent with both other boxes, which I really like. And then here, popping on the wrist, it's definitely a large watch. It wears just as big as my other G-Shock does, which I did do a video of, so if you want to know more about that, go take a look. But it wears big, but it doesn't wear as big as if this was like a 53 millimeter Rolex. I think people would be like, oh, that's awful. But for a G-Shock, I think it wears fairly small. Not small, but the face itself isn't that big. You do have bulk from the buttons and the rubber padding all around it, but I don't think this watch feels like 53 millimeters, and I think even if you have a smaller wrist, this watch will feel good on it, and it will look good, because it's supposed to be bulky, it's supposed to be rugged, it's a work watch, and I don't think anyone's going to be like, oh, that's massive on you, don't wear that. I think this is a perfect watch for any wrist size. So overall, I love this watch. I bought it basically because of the partnership and the limited run of them. I like things like that. I'm not going to wear it all the time. I definitely will wear it, but you got to buy things now and hope someday they may be that sought after piece for your collection. And I'm not doing that strictly because it will be worth more in the future. I'm sure it will be, but I think it'll be cool someday to be like, hey, I own that G-Shock that only, 1,000 of us have, that John Mayer designed, and stuff like that. I like the culture behind it, and I think if you want to collect watches, you have to buy pieces like this that have a story, and that's why I did it. And I know a lot of people are kind of angry about the price point, but I think it's a great watch, and I think if you like it and you like John Mayer or you like Hodinkee, I think this is a great piece for you, and I definitely strongly recommend it. So I'll see you guys next time with hopefully a watch that less people are arguing about currently. See you next time.